Hello, this is week 2 self-expression, addressing the wounds, and we are gonna go deep into this place of self-expression. So self-expression is all about the feminine. It is that place that yearns to come out of us, and it is your words and your expression that your people, your tribe have been waiting to hear and to know. I want to share just a little story that came through. My daughter, when she was 5, we were camping and she took this piece of wood and charcoal and she drew a picture of a bunny with balloons on it. So in this raw piece of bark and on this surface, she used charcoal to create this image. Nobody had taught her how to do that. No one explained that this is what connects. She found the resources to express herself and what was coming through. And she touched me so deeply. That image, like I can see it today, right now. And that image that she created within, 20, 30 minutes has impacted me. And that is what I desire for you to know and to trust. That the things that are coming through divinely are your place of the deepest connection to your tribe. It is the place where a person is going to know what actions to take. So in that moment with my daughter, I knew my action was to create a foundation for her. So that piece of work with my daughter, it provided inspiration for me. To this day, I knew what I needed to do for my life based on that drawing. I knew that I wanted to create a foundation for us to travel the world. I knew that I was being called in a new direction and I listened to it. So your form of self-expression is speaking to other people in ways you have no idea. So first of all, let's address what keeps us from expressing ourselves, either physically, emotionally, or spiritually. So a lot of times we get stuck in perfectionism. We think it has to have the perfect ink, the perfect whatever, the perfect words. We have to have the right vocabulary if we're going to write a book. We have to know the perfect speech if we're going to speak. We have to do all of this perfection in order to self-express. That is bullshit. You can let go of perfectionism. The moment that you are aware of the perfectionism that is running your life, you will be able to express yourself in ways you never thought. And when you first trust it, oh my gosh, you're gonna feel the shifts in your body. You're gonna feel where it feels really uncomfortable. And I want you to lean into that. I want you to go to your edges in self-expression. I want you to experience what it is that is making you be stuck in perfectionism. Now, the next one is control. We love to control the process, right? We love to control what we think needs to be created. There is such a control because it makes us feel safe. When you are letting go and opening up to expression, there is and cannot be any control. And the third one is judgment. Only you can judge yourself. Only you can judge yourself. No one else can judge you. Sure, they can say things about you. They can express their dislike, but you have the power to not let it affect you. You have the strength in you to let it just run right off of you. Knowing that you are in alignment with your expression and this is exactly how you want to express yourself. So we are building these muscles this week of self-expression. So my task for you is I want you to tap in to a new place of expressing yourself physically. So what is it like? Maybe you want to do a new dance. Maybe like for me right now, I'm expressing myself different with these glasses. I normally never wear them. I want you to change things up. Express yourself in a different way this week. Be connected to new pathways. And then for the emotional, okay, normally if you're catching yourself expressing your honesty, your radical honesty in a certain way, change it up. Instead of communicating it verbally, maybe express yourself emotionally instead of verbally expressing it through song, through your connection to nature. Like if you're feeling a lot of anger and frustration, connect to nature and express it that way. Find new avenues of your emotional self-expression, new ways that you express it, right? So if you express your anger in Mother Earth, that is powerful. Now the spiritual connection, the spiritual space of your self-expression. So that is where your spirit is, oh my gosh, it is everything. There is no limit to your spirit and how it wants to communicate. Find new avenues, new ways for your spirit to communicate, to be that universal pen. Drop in. Maybe it is that you are aching to create something that is so expansive that you can't even grasp what it is. Maybe your soul is just aching to sing. Your spirit just wants to sing. So sing, share your voice. Spiritual expression is one of the most powerful forms, I believe, of self-expression. It is the I am. It is when you just allow that divine source to play you. The biggest place of abuse and wounds is, I believe, in self-expression is the spiritual place. And then it slowly bubbles down into the emotional, and then it bubbles down into the physical. So we stop dancing, we stop writing, all of these things. But when you start to tackle the spiritual, abuse with self-expression. So when you were told you're too loud, you are too bright, you're shining way too bright, you're speaking way too much truth, you're so bright that you need to tone it down, and I will show you how to communicate. I will show you how to express yourself. So we're taught all these conformities, right? Like you do a play, you're in a role, a play in school, or you are singing a certain song a certain way. You guys, perfect example just came up is my daughter. So she took piano lessons for 3 years, starting at the age of 4. And the most beautiful music from her was when she wasn't playing any of the stuff that was structured. it just came through her. And that was when it was just, she was being in tune with her self-expression, and it touched the heart. So a lot of times when we're children, we touch the heart of a wound of somebody, and they're like, oh, you can't do that because I wasn't allowed to do that. So spiritual expression, expanding your feminine, allowing it to be as big and as bold as it can be, means you have to let go of control, perfectionism, and judgment. You must let go of those. So I'm going to have you work on those aspects, address those things this week as well, and then also do the worksheet that really talks about the physical, emotional, and spiritual realms. It's so important that we communicate to each other what it is, what's going on. So what's going on? What's coming up for you in this space of self-expression? Let's push the edges on this. I love you. Okay? Be in this place with me.